And now, the main news on Radio Executive, brought to you by Musmili and Zambia Catholic University. Radio Chingle, restoring everything in Christ with love and truth. Good afternoon with the main news. I'm Kennedy Bell Jr. Kindly be informed that we are also streaming live on the Radio Chingle Facebook page and our YouTube channel. The headlines explain how the country will dismantle the huge debt burden being faced. 79 individual toilets constructed in Kitwe's Mindolo D section. Spencer Sautu promises to put in his best. The details. The Zambia Congress over Trade Unions, ZCTU, says the recently launched economic recovery plan is progressive but does not explain how the country will dismantle the huge debt burden being faced. Speaking this morning in Kitwe at a press briefing to review the year ending 2020, ZCTU President Nkole Chumba says the debt crisis alone has the potential to reverse the economic and social strides the country has made. Mr. Nkole also urged government to employ fiscal discipline in its systems in order to achieve the set economic parameters, saying if there will be no significant improvement to the financial governance, the plan would achieve little. Government recently launched the 2020-2023 Economic Recovery Plan with a target on 5 strategic objectives, which are restoring macroeconomic stability, attaining fiscal and debt sustainability, dismantling the backlog of domestic arrears, restoring growth and diversifying the economy, and safeguarding social protection programs. And Mr. Nkole says the year under review has been challenging for the workers, especially with the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. The Labour leader highlighted various challenges at a briefing, ranging from tax compliance, debt burden, political tolerance, health of workers, and violence as the country heads to the 2021 general elections. And on the issue of Konkola Copper Mines splitting into 2 units, Mr. Nkole says that CTU has no problem if the directly engaged unions are happy.
Make a comment on a company that is actually engaged our athlete unions, that we get the position of the athlete unions. So we are reliably informed. We've been talking to the unions. Ours in that case is the minor unions. And then there is also NUMA, there is almost. They actually met and confirmed that they are happy with that stance. There could be some issues that are not yet polished, but the general stance is that they are happy moving forward with that. Where there is a split, now there is small tackle, and so we get the comfort from their position. So the position is that they feel that is the way to go. For now, that's the way to go. And they are going to, of course, revitalize the other units.
79 individual toilets have so far been constructed by Nkana Water and Sewerage Company in the Mindolo D section out of the 258 earmarked for construction. Company Manager Infrastructure Development Planning Frank Mulundu revealed this yesterday when Minister of Water Development and Sanitation Jonas Chanda inspected the works in Mindolo D section. Mr. Mulundu also said that the project is scheduled to be completed before the end of 2021 and is being done at a total cost of over $620, which will include water and sewer network connection. Was to get back to the voice of Mr. Frank Mulundu. Okay, it's ready. Let's see what Mr. Frank Mulundu had to say on the 79 individual toilets which have been constructed by Nkana Water and Storage.
We have also extended the water supply network, and so far we have constructed 79 individual household toilets out of 258.
And speaking on behalf of residents, Rachel Nampungwe held government for the ongoing construction of individual toilets, saying it would uplift the living standards of the people. Meanwhile, Dr. Chanda pledged the government's continued support to communities by ensuring that they are provided with good sanitation services. Moving on, a non-governmental organization known as Zitukule Consortium, I beg your pardon, a non-governmental organization known as Zitukule Consortium has raised concerns reshuffles made in the police service by Republican President Edgar Lungu. Organization Executive Director Nicholas Sapiri says the changes made would not reform the police service in any significant way. Mr. Piri charged that the changes made would not result in the expected professionalism currently lacking in the service, which has led to people losing confidence in men and women in uniforms. Meanwhile, a Kitwe resident of Mpanza has welcomed the elevation of Copperbelt Police Commissioner Charity Katanga to Deputy Inspector. Mr. Mpanza told Radio Chingle News that the promotion of Ms. Katanga is commendable, saying women should be promoted to take up decision-making positions. He said he has no doubt that Ms. Katanga will perform to the best of her ability in ensuring that law and order is maintained.
No doubt. She will perform better. Okay.
Looking at her elevation as a woman, how does it?
She's a woman and she has proved to be a very competent woman where with the guiding of policing law and order is concerned. I have no confidence that she's going to perform on that duty and all the women of Zambia should lie behind her.
So we get back to the Mindolo D section story where Rachel Nampungwe held government for the ongoing construction of individual toilets, saying it would uplift the living standards of the people in the area. Meanwhile, Dr. Chanda pledged the government's continued support to communities by ensuring that they are provided with good sanitation services.
The fight against diseases. So I'm happy that in a setting like this, when you have adequate water, proper sanitation, the number of diseases will go down. Because yes, back any disease here, witchcraft, eh? But now I'm showing the allegations of witchcraft also go down, eh? Because people will be more healthy, more productive, right? So that's what I can say. I'm generally happy to see the progress. Eh?
The youth leadership in the Catholic Diocese of Gondola has welcomed the plans of holding the Diocesan Youth Day DYD next year. Diocesan Youth Chaplain Father Akim Musenge has announced that the 2021 DYD will be held from 22nd to 24th April in Kitwe Deanery. Speaking to Radio Chingle News, Diocesan Senior Youth Chairperson Brian Lenga said it was gratifying that DYD is back after failing to take place this year owing to COVID-19. Mr. Mlenga has since called for early preparations, especially from the host Kitwe Deanery.
yarafika mwangu wangu kuma parish priest na kuma jina chaplain takuwa bati twachinchanya wangu wangu twapeleka mu chonse before kwa takuwa bati iko mbaye njima iti au yareta ukuru bya ntashi umisepela once wa mundola diocese kwenda ndeni kumpira kwa palo once umisepela sha mundola diocese once basinya hizo basinya aba general youth wombeshe pamaka tuna kutwala kumdurura kwenda imirimo shonse cyo twasaba no kwita mwaka ya kwalesa umuyini.
In sport, as Chipolopolo gears up for the Africa Nations Championship CHAN tournament in Cameroon, Power Dynamos attacking midfielder Spencer Sautu says he will put in his best after being included in the final CHAN squad. Sautu was left out by coach Milutin Sredojevic in the provisional squad, has thanked the fans for believing in him. The Green Eagles player, who is on loan at Power Dynamos, added that being included in the final team came as a surprise. Speaking to Faz Media at Kenneth Kaunda International Airport before departure to Cameroon yesterday, Sautu said he is looking forward to the CHAN tournament.
Play football. So for me, coming here just came as a surprise for me because I know to say this is when I'm just trying to push myself to the level where I know to say that's where I play my football. So for me, it's just a surprise. It's just came as a surprise. For the past 2-3 games for the club, I've been playing, starting the game till to the fifth to the end. So I'm sure the input which I've been putting at the club has helped me. It also contributed for me to play that game which I played on Monday. You know, for the way that I can give to the fans, they just have to continue believing in us. And I just want to say thanks for everyone who voted for me and who believed in me to say I can do it. I salute them.
Chipolopolo will first take part in the 4 Nations Invitational Tournament and later on the CHAN tournament, which kicks off January 16th, 2021. This news broadcast comes to you in the community service of Radio Echengelo with compliments of Muzmili and Zambia Catholic University. And now international news as monitored from the BBC. At least 22 people have been killed and more than 50 wounded in an attack at the airport in the southern Yemen city of Aden. There was an explosion shortly after a plane carrying the war-torn country's newly formed government arrived from neighboring Saudi Arabia. Aid workers and officials were among the casualties, but the Prime Minister said he and his cabinet were fine. Police in Uganda have arrested and stopped a popular singer Bobi Wine from campaigning. Uganda police said they prevented the singer, one of the front-runners in the January 14 presidential election, from gathering his supporters, citing health regulations regarding COVID-19, but denied arresting him. Robert Kyagulanyi, popularly known as Bobi Wine, is currently being transferred to his home in Kampala, about 100 kilometers away from Lake Victoria area, where he was prevented from gathering mass rallies. Several members of his team were arrested after being filmed deflating police vehicles, inciting violence, blocking police officers on duty, violating health protocols, according to police. As we end the news, we look at weather forecasters produced by the Ministry of Transport and Communications. Western, southern, and Lusaka provinces, including the western parts of central and southern parts of eastern provinces, will be partly cloudy with a chance of isolated morning rains. The afternoon will be partly cloudy with isolated thunder showers, while the nights will be partly cloudy with a chance of rain and thunder. Northwestern, Copperbelt, Luapula, northern, and Muchinga provinces, including the eastern parts of central and northern parts of eastern provinces, will be mainly cloudy with morning rain and afternoon thunder showers. The nights will be cloudy with rain and thunder. For these and more stories, you can still visit our Facebook page and like our Radio Chingolo page and link to Radio Chingolo at radio12345.com. You can still listen to Radio Chingolo on our Radio Garden. Remember, COVID-19 is real, and the Ministry of Health yesterday confirmed the second wave of the deadly coronavirus. Therefore, wear a mask when in public, avoid large groups and maintain social distance, avoid unnecessary movements. Wash your hands frequently for at least 20 seconds. On behalf of the entire news team, my name is Kennedy Mbeo Jr. Thank you so very much for listening. We have Elias Mchibema coming your way at 16. hours.